Hey y'all, it's your girl Millie Chan. Welcome to this live. I want to thank everybody that's here. Please go ahead and hit the like button as you come in. I have a special guest today. This is my brother, Trey Baker. And once we get everybody in here and all that good stuff, we're going to get to talking about at the top of Hot Topics. We're going to talk about what Natasha has posted. We're going to talk about a lot of things that's in the blogs and the news and everything else that people may want to know. Trey, let them know why you're able to talk about it.
Yeah, well, other than being your brother, which qualifies me to talk about a lot of things, I am a political consultant and lawyer by trade. I worked in the White House. I was senior advisor to Joe Biden. I was a senior campaign advisor to Kamala Harris. I was legal counsel to Congressman Benny Thompson from the great state of Mississippi, who chaired the January 6th Commission. And I'm generally a person who's concerned about what's happening in the country and really think it's important for our people to know what we're confronting right now, because I think a lot of people aren't talking about it as seriously as it needs to be. So that's what brings me here.
Okay, well, yeah, because I wanted to, because there's a lot going on, and like there are a lot of questions, and there's a lot of things I want to talk about that I don't know just what I'm talking about. So I'm going to put some things up, and we're just going to discuss them.
All good.
What time is it? We got. We'll start at the 2-minute mark. Good morning. Hey, Karen. Hey, blessed lady, glamour girl. No. Hey, Chun Nation. I love that, Chun Nation. That's cute. Hey, Audrey. Hey, Nicole. Beatrice says she just read about it today. Hey, Miss EB Star. Hold on. Let me get my people in here. Fonda, Britt. What's going on? Natasha, thank you for your question. We're going to talk about it today. Trinity, Sin, thank you for being here, Sin. CC, thank you all for being here. And y'all know I'll come here and talk about all kind of mess with y'all all day long, but we need to really do talk about some real stuff that's going on in the top of Hot Topics, and then we'll get to the tea later. But I'm not going to waste time. Okay, we're just going to get in here and try to get, hey, Gail, Peach, hey, baby Peaches, hey, Martina, Judith, thank you, hey, Ebony, hey, Crystal. Yeah, y'all run these likes up. 62 need to be 60. If 62 likes, it need to be 162. Let's get it going. Let's go. So I have my brother here today so we can talk about these things that are in the news. So the first thing we're going to talk about, Trey, we're going to talk about this. So the big, beautiful bill delay. So can you just run this down for us and let us know what we're dealing with? Because it's talking about when it's going to take effect, when these people leave office and stuff like that. So just give us the layman terms.
Yeah, so I mean, the big beautiful bill is, for lack of a better term, is a lot of shit crammed into a bill to get it over all at once, right? The essential effect of this bill is it makes the rich richer with its tax cuts, and it makes the poor poorer by taking away health care, by taking away opportunities, by taking away SNAP benefits for people. And so it's, for folks listening, it's the single greatest transfer of wealth that's ever happened in this country, particularly from poorer people to richer people. And when I say poorer people, I don't mean, people panhandling on the streets. I mean anyone who's not essentially a millionaire. So that's all of us. Everybody around, anybody who's not in that top 1%, it takes away from them and it gives tax breaks to the most wealthy. And so that's what the bill does in its effect. And it does it in kind of 4 categories. The first one you've got pulled up here is healthcare. The biggest thing that happens with healthcare is it gives tremendous Medicaid cuts. And what this slide is showing is what they've done is they pulled an okie doke. So they're going to do this, but they're trying to wait until after the midterm election. So they're waiting until after November 2026 for everything to go into effect.
I've
So
seen it. Yeah.
yeah, so during the election, you can't say, oh, they did this, I lost my Medicaid, I lost this, I lost that, I'm not going to vote for them. You're going to go get the vote, but then in January of 27, most of this stuff kicks in, and then you would have voted without really knowing the effect of what this bill does. And so it's going to cut Medicaid from 17 million people.
Ooh.
We know,
Yeah.
folks, I mean, not to get, in our family business, we got family members right now who are, having medical issues who benefit from Medicaid and Medicare. And that if one of our family members has to go in and they can't afford it otherwise, they're either not going to seek help or they're going to, essentially go bankrupt trying to get themselves some medical help. So it's taking away Medicaid from all those people. The other thing that it does is it puts in work requirements, right? So you see there the Medicaid work requirements that come in January 2027. What that is most people think work requirements are a good thing, but it's really a way, anytime that we've seen work requirements, it's a way of shutting people out because they make the red tape and the bureaucratic stuff and the application process so hard that people essentially just give up on it, or they don't get it right. And so they can't get the benefits from a result of that. And then what it's going to do, Mill, is it's going to increase costs for everyone because in some of these hospitals, the 80% of their folks who they see are on Medicaid and Medicare. Yeah. And so you take that away from people, and the only people who are paying are the folks with private insurance or who are paying with cash. They're going to have to go up on what they charge people for medical services, and that's going to hurt everybody because we all going to pay more because it's going to be less Medicaid folks. And the last thing I'll say on that is just for us and for, Millie Chun Nation, y'all might not be where we from, but we from Mississippi. Yeah. We're from a small town, and both Millie Chun's baby brother and baby sister were born in a place called Greenwood LaFleur Hospital. Right now, Greenwood LaFleur Hospital is hanging on by a thread. That hospital is closing. I work with one of my clients, works with the hospital to try to keep it open. If, thousands of people that use Greenwood LaFleur Hospital where we were born lose their Medicaid, that hospital is closing. And so you're going to have people who have to travel 20, 30, 40 miles, 50 miles to Greenville, Mississippi, or Grenada, Mississippi, to come and get healthcare services because that's closed. And that's going to happen to rural hospitals all across the country. It's more Black people living in rural America than anywhere in the country. And so that's going to hurt Black folks all over the country in terms of healthcare if we start to see hospitals closing.
Wow. So it's just going to be more money for us. No matter what it is that we do, we're going to have to end up spending. So let me ask you this, T. Yeah. So like, okay, like if you have your insurance with the ACA or the Obamacare, because that's been a lot of questions too. Like, what's going on with that?
Yeah. So what this bill also does is it cuts some of the Medicaid provisions out of Obamacare. So, what you can do and what a lot of people do, they're able to couple both their private insurance that they get from the exchange with Obamacare with Medicaid. And they're able to get full coverage because they have both. Right. Another thing that happens is across the country, states have taken something called Medicaid expansion, which was money that was given to the states in order to give out to the hospitals and the other folks in order to make sure you close the gap between private insurance and Medicaid. This bill takes away the Medicaid expansion under Obamacare. And so all of those folks are just going to be left in the lurch. So you're right. It's going to ultimately hurt us all one way or another because of that.
Wow. Okay. So what about this right here? So this is saying, so they're talking about food assistance and SNAP. And I don't know if I sent this to you, so I don't know if you can see it. Could you tell us about this part right here?
Yeah. So it's just reducing the amount immediately. It reduces the amount of SNAP benefits that people are going to be able to get. SNAP is food stamps, y'all. That's what that is. It's the EBT cards, and so it's going to reduce the amount that people are going to be able to get on SNAP. It's going to reduce some free food programs across the country, some feeding programs, some summer feeding and nutrition programs that we have across the country. And then it's going to put in a stricter work requirement. And so less people are going to be able to get SNAP benefits because they're not going to be able to prove out the work requirements. And that's the big thing, is that like they either want you to work 80 hours a month or show that you have done 80 hours in community service for something per month. And while a lot of people, like most folks work 40 hours a week.
Right.
And so most people work 80 hours a month. They would have you think that there are all these people not working, and have you think that there are all these people that are, getting stuff off the government. And that's just not the case. This is just to help people out. There are people all across the country who just need a little assistance to get across the board to feed their kids. And what's going to happen with them cutting SNAP, it's going to add to the food insecurity that we have in the country. And quite frankly, and I don't want to be like, I'm not a conspiracy theorist, right? Like I worked in government. I worked at the White House. I worked for the president, for President Joe Biden, by the way.
Right. Yeah. Let's be clear.
in case anybody can't relate. I worked for Joe Biden. I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but like what happens is when people are hungry, when people don't have food, when they can't feed their kids, then they turn to other means of doing it. Yeah. And big picture, less food security equals more crime, equals more people going to jail, equals more likelihood of homelessness, equals more likelihood of Trump and his ICE agents or whoever having more vulnerable people to prey on. And so all of this just leads to a domino effect of harm for our community. Now, the SNAP assistance in particular, the work requirements go into effect immediately, but then the other parts of it go into effect in 2027.
October 1st, 2027, 2-year delay for states with high payment error rates. And it says after midterms.
After midterms. Again, they're trying to trick you into thinking, oh, this bill ain't do nothing. The Democrats, I came on here with Millie Chun. She had a brother all on here. He was telling me all this stuff gonna happen, but ain't nothing happen. No, they're waiting till after the midterms to try to hold their positions, and then they're gonna hit you across the head with all of this. And then it's gonna be another 2 years until we vote in the presidential election, where they're betting that we're gonna forget about it over those 2 years. So, it's important for us to get the word out. So I was, when you called, I was like, yeah, I'll drop everything and talk about what's going on with this.
So let me ask you, this is a question. Do you agree that there are more Caucasian people on SNAP than African Americans on SNAP?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Okay. And for the record, I'm the little brother.
I'm the big sister.
I know she looks younger. I know I got all this gray because of a lot of work I'm in. This is stress. I'm not gonna tell y'all the difference in age, but just know this is my big sister. So anyway, maybe in size, but not in years.
Yes.
No, I mean, it's a ton more white people on all of this, and so what's happening while I talk about Black communities a lot, I say this all the time, especially being from Mississippi. There is no two people more alike than a poor white person and a poor Black person. Right. They are facing the exact same things. The question is, when you think about like white Americans, is it more important that you support somebody who's a known racist, homophobe, transphobe?
Okay, we gotta be careful with the words.
Yeah, I mean, but that's what he is. I get it. But do you support a person who's all those things, who's a known felon, but because they have certain views that you espouse to, that's more important than the resources that you're able to get from the federal government. And so when you see, the different parties having to have these conversations, we got to start talking more about how things are really affecting people. We
Yeah.
really got to stop thinking about these like real, issues over here on the side, because that's not what it's about. It's about, these kind of bills taking food out of folks' mouths. So to your question, absolutely. In this country, most of the people who are on public assistance, whether it's SNAP, whether it's Section 8, whether it's TANF benefits, Medicaid, anything, are going to be white Americans. Now, it hits us harder because we are already at a deficit, just
Right. Right. And it just looks worse for us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's going to hit our community harder, of course. But in terms of sheer numbers, yeah, like I think you hurt the Republicans who passed this bill hurt their constituents more than they hurt folks who aren't their constituents.
Yeah.
But they hurt us just as bad,
Yeah. Wait a minute, let me get they're talking about ending clean energy initiatives. Let's go to
okay. Yeah, just real quick on the clean energy. If you go back to that one, Mill, I just want to say it was a lot of money out here. We during the Biden administration, we passed the Inflation Reduction Act that had tons of incentives for you to buy your EVs, for you to buy your F-150 Lightnings, for you to buy your Teslas, no matter how you feel about the person who owns that, for you to buy your electric vehicles, for you to get your solar panels on top of your roof. It was just a lot of incentives in there. This bill takes all of that away. All of those tax credits, those happen almost immediately. Those come into effect this fall, where they're taking away tax credits. And here's the other thing that does. A lot of these businesses, Mill, when we started this at the White House, all these businesses came in, the Googles, the Amazons, all these folks. And they said, okay, we're going to build out, we're going to do this, we're going to hire this many people, we're going to build this kind of fulfillment center over here, we're going to do this, it's all going to be clean energy. They've started and made investments. And so what this is going to do is take all of those tax credits, take all their money away. And so all of this infrastructure that they built for new clean jobs to create, computer chips in this country and other things, all that goes away. And so even these folks with the big money and all that, they lose in this too, because they've made infrastructure investments and they rely on these tax credits, but then that goes away as of this fall. So that's important to know. Also, the tax credits that you get just for buying an electric vehicle. Some folks got 30% of 40% of what they paid for the vehicle off in a tax credit just because they did that. But that all that goes away. So it becomes no benefit to you to even buy the electric vehicle, even though it's better for the environment.
Yeah, I mean, and I feel like, well, I don't feel like, I know for a fact. Today, just riding out today, gas is at $2.99 here, right? So it always tries to get up to that 3, but not quite. And then we can feel it. I mean, we may not be able to feel it like somebody has actually lost something with us, but like going to the grocery store, it hits our pockets so tough. I can't imagine someone who's used to having assistance, like they no longer have that.
Yeah,
like it's going to be impossible.
No, it's going to be fundamentally damning for people to all of a sudden not have the assistance that they used to have. I just I think about that just in my own life. Anybody who budgets their life for a reason, you just, I don't know, the Millie Chun fans know, but you just bought a house. So it's like, you have a specific, you have a specific kind of budget that you have as a result of having done that. And so if somebody comes and dramatically changes something that you've been depending on this entire time, that's gonna knock your feet out from under you.
It is.
And thank goodness to have like other safety nets, just intrinsically in your career. But um, for somebody who this is their last dime, this is their last thing that they're dependent on.
Yeah.
It's gonna hit them hard. One thing, I just came from my conclave for Kappa Alpha Psi. For anybody watching this shirt says "World's Greatest Frat" since 1911. I just came from my conclave in Phoenix, and what I was telling them, I'm the national social action chair for Kappa Alpha Psi. Shout
Mm-hmm.
out to our 35th Grand Pole Mark, Jimmy Michael, all them.
Oh my God.
Uh, but what I was saying to my brothers out there though was that we have to do more as Kappa Alpha Psi. The AKA is gonna have to do more. The Deltas who are in DC celebrating their national convention, everybody's gonna have to do more because our community organizations are going to have to come around each other and actually help each other now, because we're gonna have people in our community who are going to need it and not have any other way of turning back. And so we got to start thinking about how can we change our mission statement. We can't just be about voter registration drives and give away turkeys at Thanksgiving. We still got to do that, but we also got to see how can we move people to healthcare options that they can afford. How can we provide steady groceries for people who in our organizations who may not get SNAP benefits anymore. So that's the kind of thinking that we got to do to push back on some of this.
Your Royal Highness said that toothpaste was $14 a tube in Lucky's here in San Francisco, California.
Now that's crazy.
That is, girl. Look, I will see. Look, I will go to the Dollar Tree and send you some toothpaste because I have been picking up stuff like that, like ever since I got back home, and that is certifiably insane. And then somebody just said that they went to the food pantry today, and like when you go to food pantries, like food pantries are not, they're not the grocery store.
No.
So it's like it's what people want to do. So if you're able to do things, like anything can help. Not out. Glamour Girl says she'll use baking soda.
Yeah, I might have to, get some man. Get my.
That's wild. $14. That is crazy.
Baking soda or something. Chew
that
gum.
Is crazy.
But I think, and I've told y'all this, we've been on the phone, just our family. And I have advised y'all, we need to buy those things we need in bulk, similar to what we were doing during COVID.
Okay, when you told us that though, I came right here and told them that. I've been telling them that. I know y'all know I've been because I was like y'all because I posted something that said gently get these things. So I got toilet tissue, paper towels, toothpaste, deodorant, and I'm picking up like little face wash and moisturizer because Trey said whatever it is that you need to buy it in bulk. So like your washing powder, your dryer sheets, like whatever it is you need, just your feminine things, like everything you need to go ahead and get it.
Yeah, and have it on lock. And again, I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but I see what's going on, right? Like I see what's happening. Have your flashlight and some batteries on hand.
Okay, I need to do that.
Have a jump drive with all your stuff that you need to save on it, just in case there are some problems with with your grid or with something else, because you never know what's going to happen. And here's the thing we saw during COVID-19, that the response to it wasn't initially good. You were getting bad advice on what to do. You didn't always know what happened. When we came into the White House, things were able to get under control. We were able to get some guardrails around some things, and actually get a plan for going forward. But you don't know, because we've seen, the reaction to people initially in the pandemic. So you should definitely, make plans to have things on lock.
Yeah. So batteries, flashlights, like all kind of stuff.
Because you're seeing what's happening with in Texas with the floods at the camp out there. And you've got a government right now that's saying that they're going to cut funding for FEMA. And so you're not going to have your emergency backup from FEMA anymore from the federal government. They're going to rely on the state governments. The states don't have the money to do it. And so you're going to have to rely on yourself. So with a lot of this, we're going to have to start relying on community in a way that we haven't in a very long time. You're going to see more and more, sort of self-sufficient communities pop up because we are not going to be able to depend on the federal government in the way that we have in previous years.
That's so sad. So let me see. What about? Let me get to this slide right here. I think
Mm-hmm.
that was it. Tax changes. What about the tax
Yes.
changes?
So again, and again, they're pointing out here. These are deductions that are going to happen immediately, but these deductions are going to fall off after this particular presidency. And so it's going to put us in a position in 2029 that, we're going to have to do something else extreme because these tax cuts are going away. So all you need to know about the tax cuts there are a couple of things that can help you if you're a small business owner.
Mm-hmm.
There are some things I'm going to be able to benefit from some of these things just because I in the line of business I'm in.
Yeah.
But for the most part, and then there's going to be a senior deduction that I think is maybe interesting. This $6,000 senior deduction for individuals over the age of 65 that they're going to be able to take advantage of that. And that's sort of a one-time deduction that happens during this administration. So that's all that I can say good about it. Everything else is a deduction for the highest wealth individuals that we have in this country. Literally everything else is a deduction for the highest wealth individuals. What it will do, it will keep the Trump tax cuts that he had from his first term in place. And so your taxes won't wholesale go up.
Okay.
But if you're in a bracket that's not somewhere between $80,000 and above, $90,000 and above, you won't see any difference. So you won't see any tax cut if you're not making almost $100,000.
Oh. So let me ask you this. Okay. So it's Medicaid that they're attacking, right? Or
Yes.
not Medicare right now. So
Yeah, Medicare is for older people. Medicaid is for poorer people.
Okay.
Yeah, that's how
So
you look at it.
so Laura say the same. When I turn 65 and I'm supposed to automatically get my Medicare, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is that going to go away? Am I going to have to pay for my insurance for the rest of my life?
No, that's still here for right now. But we do have to start thinking about other steps because Medicaid, Medicare, Social Security have all been considered what we call the third rail of politics. That means, like on a subway system, the third rail is the rail that's got the electricity in it. So you don't touch the third rail. And usually in the third rail of politics, Medicaid, Medicare, you don't touch it at all. This is the first time since those, particular benefits have come along. People like to call them entitlements. And I think that puts a negative connotation on it.
Yes, absolutely.
Like because it's like, oh yeah, you're entitled. No, these are benefits that I've earned. Every one of you look at your paycheck and something is going into Social Security, something's going into Medicare, Medicaid. You have paid for these benefits, so these are yours. And so Medicare for the most part should be protected in all this, but I think what happens is we are going to have, based off the tax changes, less money going into the federal government. So everybody pays taxes in April. Everybody pays taxes April 15th.
Uh-huh.
Rich people are now going to be paying less. So that means overall, we're going to have less money that gets collected from taxes. And so that's going to drive everything. That's going to drive everything down because we're going to have less and less money to pay for everything that we do in this country. And so while at the same time, you've got less taxes going in, they have added more than $3 trillion to our deficit spending. And that $3 trillion, that's the Defense Department. So there's more bombs and tanks and planes. That's the money to go to ICE. They're going to hire 10,000 more ICE agents and go pick people up across the country. They're going to have more border patrol. They're going to try to build a wall that he was trying to build. So while at the same time we're taking less in, we're spending more. Yeah. if anybody has had to, budget in your household, you know that you can't live beyond your means like that.
You
And so
should.
you should.
You
And
should.
there's no credit for us to fall back on, right? Like there's no, we already owe China all this money. We already owe, and so
Mhm.
our credit rating has even gone down since the beginning of the year as a country. We were AAA bond rated, all that. It's gone down because we're spending more than we're going to be taking in, and so it's really irresponsible to tell the truth.
Before I get to this question up here, this right here, Fonda had a question. She says she's disabled and she gets Medicaid. Does that affect her?
It shouldn't, right? Like they are saying that their cuts are just for either immigrants, and don't believe when they say immigrants are getting Medicaid. While immigrants who work and get like a paycheck that they take withholdings out of, while they pay for Medicaid, they don't get it if they're an illegal immigrant.
Yeah.
But people who are disabled, children who are on Medicaid, should be able to stay on Medicaid. The thing I will warn you of, though, is you're going to have to be on top of your paperwork because they're going to send out stuff about these work requirements. You're going to have to make sure you mark the right things showing that you're disabled. You're going to have to, whatever you've been doing, you're going to have to make sure that you stay up on it, because part of what they've done, and one place that we've seen this in the country is in Arkansas. When Arkansas went to work requirements, they kicked a lot of people off, but they didn't kick them off just because they weren't working. They kicked them off because a lot of people just couldn't do the paperwork, or they were doing the paperwork wrong because they made it so cumbersome to do the paperwork. So my thing to you is that disabled people should be able to still get the same benefits that they were getting. But I do think that the paperwork and the way you apply for your benefits is going to change. And so you should just be cognizant that you probably won't be doing the same thing you've always done.
And as far as somebody mentioned midterms and the vote, I can't find that one. She said that. Can't find that. Okay, let me go to that. If you can put it back up, or I'll go back and find it. What about, I heard something about cutting education. What about the children with special needs?
Oh yeah. So education funding in this bill is cut in a number of ways. One, they're trying to get rid of the Department of Education, and so they have put in here the means to scale down the Department of Education. The Supreme Court has just cleared the way for them to wind down the Department of Education and fire all those people.
Yes.
And so a lot of the funding, all the titles, Title One, Title Two, Title Nine, all that, anything that says title is a federal program, and so run by the Department of Education. So most of that is going to be cut in particular, and then they're saying that they're going to send that funding to the states. But as of right now, the states don't have an apparatus to do it because they never have had to have that. So anything that's got a title on it, and most of those programs for special needs kids are titled programs. So that's probably going to be going away in one way, shape, or form. Most states will provide for these students, I think. I assume that folks aren't that heartless, but we have to be cognizant that from a federal level, a lot of those programs are going away. And then you have to think about other things. Out on this big ugly bill, they cut Pell Grant funding. So a lot of folks got Pell Grant just while we're on education. A lot of folks got Pell Grant. They're coming back in where the Biden-Harris administration was for disabled folks, for veterans, for folks who went to certain schools, folks who went to for-profit universities. All across the board, people were getting public service loan forgiveness, getting loan forgiveness across the board. Anything that we've done in terms of loan forgiveness, unless you've got it wiped out already, those loan forgiveness programs are going away. And they're sending they're sending collection agencies after people, and going after the collections, and um, yeah, being very aggressive about it, garnishing wages, the whole nine. So, as it relates to education, there's a bunch in this bill that impacts education and will be cutting funding for things like Pell Grants.
Okay, so I feel like Natasha could be our family member. She said she got people in Winona and Kim Michael. So
Oh,
we're gonna
really?
have to get into it at
And
some
yeah,
point.
we have to see. There's some Campbells down there.
I know that's right.
Yeah,
But
yeah. I was dating a girl from Kill Mike. I had to think about it twice. I said, hold on.
hold on. But look,
Who your folks is? Uh,
but her question is, it's a good question. You may have explained this already, but can any of this be reversed when another president and leaders in Congress get in office, or is this permanent?
so there are some things that are permanent. Some of the tax cuts in particular are permanent. But yes, when another president and another Congress gets in, mostly all of this can be reversed, or something can be put into place to reverse it. Um, I guess the problem with that is that so much damage is done between now and then. One, I don't like to think about it this way, but as somebody who worked on these campaigns, because we lost this election, people are dying, people are hurt, people are
Yeah.
going to be poor, people are going to be out of a house because we lost. But I say it that way because I think people have to be very serious about these elections and the consequences of elections. These aren't, for the people who say, oh, both parties are the same. Oh, everything, like everybody's lying to me. No, there's a clear difference.
Yeah.
If Kamala Harris was in office right now, uh, we
We
wouldn't
would
even
not
be
be
having
having
this
this conversation.
conversation. Like,
No, we would already be on hot topics.
yeah, yeah. I saw, in one of the No Kings protests, somebody had a sign that said, if Kamala was president, we'd all be at brunch.
Yeah.
And that's how it would be. Mostly everything would be the same and better in a lot of ways. And so,
Yeah.
yes, some of this can change, a lot of this can change, all of it can change, but we have to get to that point. And then when we get to that point, we have to do what we have to do. We can't have any half measures because it's going to be so much to do. And I would really love to be a part of that process when it does happen, because we're going to have to keep track
Yeah.
of everything that's happening, because it's so much. So many things are happening every day. All the DEI cuts, all the employees who are doing this, that, and the other. I was listening to a podcast today. They were talking about why was less people on at the Essence Festival over the weekend. So many
Yeah.
Black people who would otherwise be at Essence Festival had these good government jobs, and these good government jobs allow
Yeah,
them
they can afford
to
to
go.
come.
Yeah. So if you're out of work, or if you're concerned that you may be out of work, people not going and doing the fun stuff anymore. I represent people who do business with the federal government, and so for my clients, I have to be cognizant of my lifestyle because my clients could go away at any second, just like everybody else. So I think it's going to affect us until we make that change. But when we make that change, we have to be deadly serious about this, because there's no way that after 6 months, all of this is happening. What's going to happen after the next 3.5 years? And then we absolutely can't afford another 4 years of going down the same track.
Right. Kim says, Big Brother, speak on why the midterms are so important and who is specifically that we are voting for in the midterms.
So in the midterms, you have roughly half of the Senate, the United States Senate, that you're voting for. They're on 6-year terms. And so roughly a third to half of them are up for voting. And then every member of the United States House of Representatives, so all 435 members of the House, are up. It's not a presidential year. You'll have your local campaigns, a lot of state representatives, a lot of mayors and and council people will be up during the midterms. But more importantly to this conversation, it's these senators and it's these members of the House of Representatives. And so there are people who voted for these bills,
Yes.
Republicans in particular, who have hundreds of thousands of people on Medicaid in their communities, hundreds of thousands of people on SNAP in their communities, hundreds of thousands of people who will not benefit from these tax cuts. And so, what we have to do is, if we're in these communities, we have to point out who these people are, how they voted on this bill, and how it's affected people in those communities. And a lot of that is up to people like me, like people who are political consultants, people who work in these elections, to come into your communities and explain this in a way that people can understand it and get good candidates who can go out and do it. So we've got a lot of good candidates across the country. Ossoff in Georgia, he's going to be up this year. We're going to have a big race in North Carolina. I think the former governor is gonna jump in North Carolina, Rory Cooper, and there's some talk about the president's daughter-in-law being in that race. In addition, you're gonna have
the current administrator.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. Let's talk about his daughter-in-law being in that race. You've got races really across the country in different places that are going to be up for grabs. And so as we get closer to that point, I'd love to come back and talk to the Millie crew just about, as those races come into effect. I'm going to be helping some candidates. I've got a couple of candidates who are going to be running, particularly in Mississippi and other places, who I'm excited to get out to the world. So it is so important, because in the midterms right now, we've got about a 4-vote majority for Republicans in the House. If we turn those 4 votes over, Hakeem Jeffries, who stood on the floor, who's my frat brother, member Kappa Alpha Psi, stood on the floor for 8 hours and did his thing to try to just bring attention. He couldn't stop the bill from being voted on, but he wanted to bring attention to it. So he stayed on the floor for 8 hours, gave a great speech. He will become Speaker of the House if we're able to turn the House over.
That would be fantastic.
The Senate is only 4 votes away too. It's harder because it's less Senate races to turn over. But if the Senate turns over, we can stop a lot of these judges. We could stop what is going to be, able to be done about Supreme Court justices and who they can get on the court. So there's very important reasons to vote in these midterm elections and go out. Because if we raise these numbers up, because usually it's low turnout during the midterms, if we raise these numbers up, we're going to be able to make these changes. And the only thing we can do is slow this thing down some. We see that the Supreme Court isn't necessarily on the side of the people in a lot of these matters. And so we need at least one branch of government to work for folks. And we have a chance to do that if the House of Representatives switches over and Hakeem Jeffries becomes the Speaker.
Yeah. Well, Trey, I would like to thank you for gracing us with your presence tonight. You have given us a lot of things you've probably answered a lot of questions and given us a lot of stuff to think about. It's very important that you all vote in these midterm elections. Like, people talk about it, but it seems like it's just like I know people vote in them, but it seems like they're just invisible or something. But
and people shouldn't get deterred. People come up to me a lot and they say, well, Trey, you told me to vote in 2020. I came out, I voted. You told me to vote in 2016. I voted and Hillary didn't win. You told me to vote in 2024 for Kamala and she didn't win. And I just, people get frustrated, but we can't stop. Like, we really can't stop. Too many people fought, died, and worked hard for this. For us not to go out to vote. But even more so than that, all of this is impacting you and your children and future generations. All of our children just got saddled with $3 trillion in debt from this one bill that they're going to have to answer to one way or the other at some point in their lives. And so it's important for all of us to just go out, do what we have to do. It's our duty to do it. And if this past election didn't show you that elections have consequences in your personal life, then nothing will.
Yeah.
But it's going to affect everybody, and I just hope people come out and work to make the changes that we need to make, because we can't continue to take steps back.
Yeah. This says Trey, please come back. I will
Oh
have
yeah,
Trey back. I will
absolutely.
definitely have him back as things get maybe. This is thanks Trey for the insight on our crazy government.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
and we'll have Trey back to talk to us in the thick of it, because I wanted you know, we're gonna talk about the mess. We definitely gonna get into that. But I wanted to talk about this because it is so important. Y'all know I don't like to talk about it all the time, but it is very important now. So I was like, I can't talk about it like he can talk about it. So I had to find somebody that could really get it across to y'all. So I'm just thankful that you're able to do that, T. I appreciate you so much for that.
Absolutely, absolutely. What y'all talking about tonight?
Ooh, child. Hold on, let me show you this. Let me show you this, honey. Let me tell you. I'm so glad you're here because, ooh, Trey, look at this. Look at this. Look, look at that. Y'all, it's a little inside joke. I can't tell you about the inside joke, but let me tell you something, Trey. I got in the inbox. I said, do you even know who this person is? Yeah. And then when I said, I was like, her son just got found guilty, allegedly, of assaulting a security guard. Crickets. Crickets. He don't even know who he's standing next to. This
Oh man.
okay, Trey. This lady is running for what's she running for? District 93, state representative of Georgia.
Yeah.
She is a reality TV star
Mm-hmm.
who is loud and wrong on every day. I can't even call her by the name that she want people to call her by, so I call her the dentist.
Okay.
So she is running, but I was like, how is she? You know, like I said earlier today in my hot topics, you know, I'm not going to act there because I did say, I said, if she can pull this off, if she has this voice, if people will listen, maybe she will be good for the people. But it's the audacity for me. Like the way she talked to people, Trey, it's wild.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with her. I'm only familiar with the fella next to her, who's also running for Congress, by the way. So
yes.
yeah.
And wait a minute, can he run for Congress? And he living in Georgia. He just moved there.
Yeah, he can. You only have to run for Congress. You only have to be a resident 90 days after you win, after you take the seat. So he could still literally be living in Mississippi, and run for office. So I just saw Carlos was at Conclave.
I saw him in Conclave.
Yeah.
Carlos is a lawyer, judge. He's from Mississippi. He now lives in Atlanta. I actually, I don't know if you all will follow me or subscribe to me this time last year, but I did me and Ebony, we did relationship commentating, and we had people that have been engaged, we had singles that were dating, we had a couple that had been married for 30 years, and we had a woman who had lost her husband. So we talked about all aspects of dating. And him, Carlos Moore, he and his wife were a guest on the engaged piece because they went together for what, 3 months, got engaged.
Yeah, like within weeks of dating, they were engaged 6 weeks or so.
Yeah, so in weeks of dating, they were engaged. Then they got married. Now they have a son. They just had a son in April. And so he has since moved to Georgia. Like, he is a homeboy. He is one of our homeboys. But when I saw him with the dentist, I went right to the inbox. I said, what are you doing? I was like, not you endorsing the dentist. I was like, what? He was like, wait a minute, let me tell you what he said to you. Hold on, let me tell you what he said. Yeah. I was outdone. And I said, let me get out this boy inbox because you know what? These people doing something. It is not going to affect me. I got to worry about what's going on in the White House. I can't worry about what's going on in Georgia. I said, not you endorsing the dentist. And he said, you don't like the dentist platform? I ain't going to say everything I said, but I said something about her son being in trouble. And then when he said, what did her son do? I was like, see, this is what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
This
yeah.
is
You
what I'm
walking
talking
into it
about.
without all the information.
Yes, I'm not saying he can't endorse her, but
Yeah.
you need to know who you're endorsing. You can't just get up there and just start talking to, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, here go. Okay, I just told you, Tarnasha Campbell is from, she got people in there. Well, okay, then let me go and talk about Tasha. Tasha could, it don't tell her what she'd have done. I don't know. Teddy. I don't know what Teddy has done, but Teddy, my girl, and I think Teddy would be great for this. Then come find out Teddy done this, that, and the third.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. You never know. You got to vet these things out, man.
Yes.
It was like when we had invited French Montana to the White House for something one time, and he had some other stuff going on and couldn't even get in. So that's a whole nother story. I'll come share the White House tales at another time. But like you never know what's going on in
you never know.
But I mean, I'm sure Carlos is out here trying to get as many people to back him since he's running for Congress too, though.
Yeah, he's running for Congress.
So that's
No, Tasha said she clean and clear. Okay, Natasha. Okay, sis. But it's just, I mean, that was my whole thing. And I was like, when I saw that and when I saw him endorsing her, I was like, you have no idea. When he made that message, I was like, this is the problem. And she could be great. I'm not saying she couldn't be great. I just feel how I feel because I've seen her on television. So I just don't think, unless everybody in the state capitol has not seen her show, then okay.
But did she do something, or was it something her kid did? Because you can't necessarily hold people to what they kids doing. I come from the Hunter Biden world, so you can't always blame.
No, that's one thing. I'm talking about her as a person. Okay. Like she wants to say that she builds confidence, and she did a whole season of tearing a woman down. Like it's just a problem for me. It's an oxymoron.
I got it. I understand.
So, but yeah, her mouth is reckless. I was like, because somebody said, what's she gonna run on? Your mama? That's gonna be her campaign slogan. Because that's I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't feel like, even though she went to school, she's a dentist. I feel like she just remembered what's in her books, and she can't really have this conversation because you can't have an argument, and when you losing, you reflect to say your mama.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Oh no, real talk, Mil. Like that kind of political candidate sounds exciting to me. I mean, you
would love her. You would love her, T.
We had a different time in politics. Now we got a president who stands out, and says these other countries don't know what the fuck they're doing. So, so we had a different time in politics, man. We get, we might need somebody to say your mom.
Well, when you got it, well, baby, if she gonna win. She's going to win, and she gonna tear the house down. Like she said, under that gold dome, she gonna tear it down. I'm telling you, she the woman for the job.
We need as much folks causing shit as possible, as long as they on the right side, Bill. I can't,
Yeah, I feel you on that. And like I said, she could probably be great. I don't know. I just think about how she is on TV, and I was just shocked at her doing that. But she probably would be great.
We got reality show stars all over the government right now, so it's cool. I might need to get on Love and Grenada or something, so I can get put on.
I know that's right.
I've been just trying to do it the regular way. I might need
a
little show. Judge Trey Easy.
Oh my God.
Something. But I'm gonna go, man. I love coming on. Thank you for having me.
Coming on. The ladies were asking. Yes, ladies. Well, I don't know. I ain't gonna say that. As far as I know, Trey is single.
Okay.
Okay, so I'll just say that as far as I know, he's single.
Yeah.
So just you got any? Are you single, Trey?
Yeah. No, I'm single. That's how.
Because I'm gonna have a conversation with a man Saturday, and
Mm-hmm.
the way you just answered that question is what I'm gonna be talking about. Because there was some hesitation. Because I don't understand. Okay, then. Okay.
Yeah. No, I'm single. But were you on the FaceTime the other night when Mama? I think you had got off, but we were talking about when. So just real quick inside story for y'all from our family. We took our mama to Vegas one year for her birthday. It was a real nice trip. We had a great time, but I was dating, a particular woman then. Then we had like another family trip to Texas, and then I was dating another woman at that point. And then I was engaged to somebody at another point, and then when I was working in the White House, I was dating somebody else. The other night, me and Mama said, "You know what, Trey? You should bring them to the trough, but don't let them drink."
At that point, you had to get off the phone because she ready. My mom was ready to go then. Oh my God! Not bring them to the trough and don't let them drink.
You bring them to the trough, but you don't let them drink, Trey.
Oh my God! Oh my God!
So well, let me get right.
Yeah, my sister and I want some babies. We don't have any babies. Like our babies are seniors and going to college and juniors in college.
I want a baby too, man. I'm ready. So it's full speed ahead for me.
I'm gonna be too old to be. I want to come to the games and stuff, Trey.
Yeah, I know. I'm gonna be. I'm gonna be the 60-year-old at the graduation.
Okay, y'all. Look, I might have to do a dating game for Trey. We might have to find love on YouTube on Millie Chun TV. So I'll get some requirements. That's Bianca. She said I'm gonna use that in Miss Baker. That's Rhonda.
Oh man, I love you, Mia.
I love you too, T. And thank you so much.
Of course.
We appreciate you. And he'll be back, people. Bye-bye.
Good night.
Good night. Okay, y'all. I hope that was enlightening and all of the good stuff. Because I wanted to make sure y'all were informed. I know, right? Millie Chun presents Finding Trey Love. Child. I want a little niece or nephew, honey. We need some babies in the family. We really want. Me and my sister want a baby so bad because we're not about to have one. So we want one. He is very handsome. He's very smart. He's formidable, and he's amazing. Very informative. Well, thank you, La. I forgot about you, girl. I got your information. I may call you tonight, but y'all. We just spent 58 minutes and 20 seconds on this. So y'all should be very well versed in what's going on in our world right now. And go ahead and pick up your things you need to pick up. Tasha, you're going to have to... We're about to get into the hot topics now. So people that are just now coming, we just had a informative government, what's going on in the world situation. Please go back and check that out and listen to it. My brother was very informative about that. But now, y'all, we talked about the dentist. I probably talked about somebody else too much, but we're going to slow drag it in. Let's start with this. So this was just up here yesterday that I saw this. Tropical storm Chantel. Shout out to all the Chantels in the world. Chantel the Storm, Chantel for Basketball Wives. I love Chantels. It intensifies. So this is North and South Carolina. So if y'all getting some rain, it's picking up. Y'all be careful. Major flooding, few tornadoes, tropical storms are coming. Tropical storm conditions have reached the coast with North Myrtle Beach recently a wind gust of 60 miles per hour. So now Millie Chan, you can't join your channel. What you talking about? I can't join my channel. Not Trey, your husband. Y'all so crazy. But look, y'all need to be okay. 169 likes. Let's get it on up. We got 212. Let's go, people. So if y'all in this area, if y'all experiencing a lot of rain, y'all be careful. Please take. Oh, girl, she said they've been talking about Chantel coming. Please take this. It's very important. So we're gonna remove this. Chantel came and showed. Oh, she's already come. Okay. All right. Chantel is in the building. Let me find something else. Oh, how y'all feel about this? TSA ends shoe removal policy at airport security checkpoints. How are we feeling? Me, for one, I'm very happy. I'm very happy. Hey, Lil, I'm still gone. Okay. I'm very happy that I don't have to take my shoes off anymore. They said that they have more high-tech machines that will make sure that, they can find and see everything. They said we might have 10 actual hurricanes this year. Oh my God, goodness. I never had to remove my shoes using TSA, so I'm confused. Well, I have had to remove my shoes all the time, and I am so happy that I don't have to do that. Because, like, I have to wear, like, flip-flops or something like that just to get in there and get out. My podcast is not on YouTube. We'll talk about it. It's on wherever you get your podcast from. It's on Spotify, Audible, iTunes, Amazon Music. So it's all over the place. It's called Millie Chun TV Presents. So, but I'll come back to you, Britt. Britt, come back to me towards the end. Cece says she has a TSA pre-check. So, yep, you don't have to go shoeless. She said, "Ooh, Linda V says she doubts that they'll catch everything because they don't right now. Ooh, they need to figure out these liquids next and immediately." Girl, oh God. Let me tell y'all this. Ain't nothing, and I know some of y'all have felt this, and you can feel my pain on this. Ain't nothing like you don't realize and you forget and you're packing fast and you put your favorite body wash and lotion in your bag and you have to leave it. That hurts my soul. Now he married and I'm just unaware. Oh, wow. Okay. So it's working. Same machines, but I have clear. Okay. Oh, that's the worst feeling in the world. Yeah, let's get on these liquids. But if we don't need liquids, I'm fine with minding the rules. Now, if I have to take my shoes off just to make sure there's no problems with shoes, then I'll happily take my shoes off. But if I don't have to, I'm gonna be good too. Oh, girl, that hurt your feelings, Linda, when you got to leave your lotion, honey. Let's go on. I'm about to take this down so we can move on. Let me see. Oh, we didn't stay here and talk about all of this stuff, right? How it's affecting us and everything. Y'all, this was in Fort Worth. For those of you who live in Texas, inflation has hit the toll roads. Texas, HOV plus 2 is $12. And even if you got a toll tag, it's $24. I will not be traveling that way. So I already know now that when I get ready to go somewhere, that I don't even go to Fort Worth like that. Not for real. But if I do, I'm going to put it in my GPS to no tolls. Because this is certifiably insane. $12, $24 for your toll tax. And here it is. In Texas, you can get your toll tag for $20, right? That's $24. You go, oh, you can't go nowhere. They already pulled $20 off every month. This is just so crazy. And then y'all, please make sure y'all are not paying attention to these text message y'all get about paying your tolls, they'll send text message to you and you don't even have tolls in your city. So do not click on that stuff. Delete. Girl, shit, as long as you don't go on these tolls, baby, because it don't matter about them Florida tags. They will find you. They will send it to there with your address change. It'll come right to you in Fort Worth. So all I'm going to say is no tolls. Because, honey, they're not playing. They are not playing. This is highway robbery, literally. Let me see. What am I getting to now? We had talked about, wait a minute. Since we had talked about the dentist, let's go on back. Child, we got on live the other night and we read down what a campaign manager does. It's going to have to be a couple more people working with Quad. I'm sorry. Girl, Daphne, they send it for all states. I had one from California. You know I ain't been to California. Girl, I moved from California in 2003. Not prescription labels. Y'all, what do y'all think about this? I don't know. Hey, April, blessed lady, I have no idea who her opponent is. Wouldn't it be something if she didn't have one and she automatically in? Because I did. Let me see. Let's see if we can find a video. That's what I meant to do while Trey was talking. You gonna lead her out? Bye, Estelle. Hold on, y'all. Let me see if I can find a video. I'm sorry, we're so loud in here. Where is that? Let me see. Who had that on their page? Was it? Let me see if I can find it. Maybe she got this on this page. I can't believe I'm over here. Okay, let me see. Let's see if I can get it. Let me see if I can get this to you people. Hold on. Wait a minute, let me get this. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, that's not it. Hold on. I'm trying to find a video. Who had the video? Somebody had the video of her today. What's her thing? DRHEAV. Okay, here we go. Honey, that's why she got that fresh face, boo-boo kitty. Is this it? There you go. Hold on.
My daughter came out here. Some of the state representatives from the state of Georgia, incumbents, came out. I've had so much support of teams of media outlets, radio, TV, journalists, everything. And I want to just thank y'all for y'all support. Make sure y'all give y'all donations. Make sure y'all follow, share. Make sure y'all get out there, knock on doors with me. If you want to volunteer, come through. Dr. Heavenly for Georgia, District 93.
Dr. Heavenly for Georgia, District 93.
Let's see if she plays again.
Hey guys, I am so excited, and it means so much to me from the bottom of my heart. My family came out, so many of my colleagues, my sisters at Married to Medicine came out, my daughter came out here, some of the state representatives from the state of Georgia, incumbents, came out. I've had so much support of teams of media outlets, radio, TV, journalists, everything, and I want to just thank y'all for y'all support. Make sure y'all give y'all donations. Make sure y'all follow, share. Make sure y'all get out there, knock on doors with me. If you want to volunteer, come through. Dr. Heavenly for Georgia, District 93.
Dr. Heavenly for Georgia, District 93. 1993.
Child. What are we thinking? I mean, so Phaedra was on The View, and she was what do I not have Phaedra picture? So Phaedra was on The View, and she was talking about, how she had gone to college and Geico was the one that put her through college. So she thought she would be an insurance lawyer or whatever. But she said now with everything that she does and politics and stuff, she's looking to run for office. Now, we don't know what office. I don't know what office. I don't know what office Phaedra was talking about, but she was talking to the ladies on The View, and she said she was thinking about running. So I don't know what office. But I'm gonna have to say shout out to On the Rocks with Jada, because she made a very good argument for the dentist. She almost had me convinced, but she had a really good argument for the dentist. It sounded really well. And I was like, Jada should be the one running for office, because that was good. She did good when she was talking about the dentist. I was like, go friend, go. Absolutely, I can see Phaedra running for office. Way better. Phaedra, we've seen Phaedra at the White House. We've seen Phaedra do stuff with Congress. So Phaedra is a lawyer. Phaedra knows policy. Phaedra knows what goes on in government. Absolutely. Yes. Y'all read what Linda said. Just read what she said, Jesus. Oh my gosh. Oh. Let me get that off here. Whew. Okay. All right. We got the dentist running for state office. We got Quad is the campaign manager. Oh, real quick, let's talk about this. Let's talk about Beyonce real quick. Did y'all hear this? So Beyonce is shutting the roof. So those who are going to see Beyonce in Atlanta, she has 4 nights. She's closing the roof and the Halo board at Mercedes-Benz Stadium for Atlanta Cowboy Carter dates. Now, it says she's closed the roof because of the fact that she had the little 16 carriages red car that she almost flipped over in Houston. Like, she doesn't want to do that. But her mother had, her mom had a little story today. No. Her mom had a little story today. And I was like, wow. I said, I know Beyonce gets tired. I know she does get tired. But this was so sweet what she had up here. I thought, hold on, let me see if I can find it. And just listen to what she has to say. So let me see. Let me share this with her mom, where she was talking about with her mom. It was a lot.
Be so unhappy. And I've had moments where I just felt like it was too much, It's not like I haven't been through it, but I am always able to get back to myself because of you and because of the profound woman that you are. It's because of you. It's because of you. It's because of you. It's so easy to get confused, and it's so easy for you to get lost. And
now they say that Miss Tina made that post. I'm gonna talk about that in a minute, La. They say that Miss Tina made that post in reference to what Nicki Minaj is over here talking about Jay-Z and talking about how he owes her money and blah blah blah. Like, one thing that Miss Tina gonna do, she not about to let you sit there and talk about her baby without saying something. Now, La talking about Heavenly was at the White. Jesus, I can't believe that came out of my mouth. La talking about the dentist was at the White House with Dr. Jackie. She was only there because Jackie chose her to go. She was going with Jackie. She wasn't going because somebody asked her to go. I can't believe I said that. Woo! Oh, you talking about Beyonce mama caption? What was her caption? Hold on. Let's see. She said, Miss Tina says, why I reposted this because it was talking about our relationship. It had nothing to do with anyone other than me and Beyonce. Please stop being messy and dragging me into something I don't have anything to do with. You guys should be ashamed, and all the bots are ridiculous. So she's saying that this right here don't have nothing to do with that. Oh my goodness. Girl, it's Alicia. I'm gonna tell you something. Let me say this. Side note, child. I did say it, girl, and I'm devastated. When I went to that concert, and I mean, I saw somebody say this the other day, talk about like you have to have downtime from a Beyonce concert. And I thought that was just me. Like you need a minute. You need time to decompress. Because even though she's the one that's on the stage for 3 hours, dress changes, doing 8 counts, walking all the way down here, getting on a horseshoe, flying over here, getting in the car, almost about to flip over, come down, finish the show. She's doing that. You just standing up there dancing every once in a while. But it's something about it. I was like, I don't see how. I'm a Virgo too, and I work really hard. But Beyonce made me want to go harder. I don't even know how. I don't even know what I want to go harder on. But I'm definitely going to go harder on something. I was like, this is amazing. Oh, I mean, she's amazing. I know, Alicia. I didn't realize it either because she had been quiet. Nikki had talked about it before she had come out of hibernation yesterday. Like, she had talked about it before. I was like, I remember her talking about it, just little stuff about Jay-Z owing her money. But then she went silent, right? She come out a little bit, do a little post, do a little thing, and that's it. But then she was silent. And then yesterday, day before yesterday, it was a mess. Oh. I know she tired. I know she tired. She doing 4 shows in Atlanta. Then she doing Atlanta. I know she ends it in Vegas. It's a lot. Oh Lord. It's a lot. It's a lot. So Beyonce said we're gonna shut the ceiling down. Don't even worry about it. If it starts raining, we ain't got to worry about it at all. I'm gonna take the dentist down. I haven't talked about her enough. I don't want to talk about her no more. I fooled around and said the wrong thing. Y'all, why can't Megan catch a break? Why can't Megan catch a break? So this is the cameraman who happens to like men. He said that he was forced to watch Megan have bang bang with other girls. And he's called it a hostile environment. Now, this was another thing Nikki was talking about. She said something about Megan's Law, but the court said, no, we're not taking this out. We're going to go ahead with this. Like, this girl right here goes through a lot. I didn't realize until I watched that documentary of Megan's on Amazon. And when her mother passed, yeah, then she's going to be dropping Act 3, and that's probably going to be in February of 2026. She's probably going to sleep until January of 2026, and then she's going to drop Act 3. But my God, Megan, my gosh. Like, I know she tired. And then, like, for her to have lost her mother, you know what I mean? And just, I don't know. P.S. Let me say this. Let me take this down for a minute. Speaking of Act 3, Alicia, when y'all talking about Act 3, I'm gonna get back to Megan Brown Sugar Babe. When I was listening to what's the song? Let it be, let it be. Who you think I is? You ain't married to no average. That song. And I was like, this is a very rock song. This is very much rock and roll. Are y'all gonna be okay with rock and roll? Because that Let It Be song is rock and roll, honey, at its best. The guitars, the drums, her cadence. Y'all better get ready. But back to this baby right here. Nikki still ain't got over Megan Saw. No, she has not. Nikki can't let go. Nikki holds a grudge. Yes. Megan's been exposed for who she really is or targeted. I don't know. I mean, I think they just need to leave Megan alone. Just leave her alone. Just leave Megan alone. Why do they keep bothering her? Why do they keep bothering her? Poor Megan. I don't know what's going to happen. Let's take her down. All right. We almost there, baby. We almost to what I really want to talk about. I can't wait to get to it. But, baby, we got to get to this. This is top tier premium petty. So you see this woman looking up in the camera? This man is at an Airbnb. The Airbnb host sends this video to this man's wife of him with another woman after he left a bad review. Could you imagine? Could you imagine? You around here and got an Airbnb for you and your lady, right? And maybe the pool is not big enough. Maybe they didn't have this, that, and the third. You go and you leave a bad review. They pull the cameras and say, you know what? I'm going to send this to Mrs. So-and-so. She gets the footage. And here he is with another woman. Oh, child. I would be so mad. I know he pissed. Petty on 1,000. Ooh. I agree with you, Brown Sugar Bay. Leave Megan alone. Heavy on petty. Airbnb host sends a man's wife security footage of him and another woman after he left a bad review. Ooh. You just said, girl, let me tell you something from now. I mean, I ain't doing nothing this crazy, but I'm going to have to find a silver lining for whatever if I leave a review. Just find a silver lining, people. Child, look, he got his head all the way down. Then he got the Airbnb information up here on the footage. That's how you fix them. That's how you fix them. You come over here if you want to. You come over here if you want to, acting up, okay? And you done left. This is my side job. This is how I buy gas. Do you know the price of groceries? And you want to come over here and leave a bad review on my Airbnb? Okay. All right. Service recovery, baby, that ain't nothing to play with. Nothing to. I was gonna talk about this, like my hot topics. Yeah, 5 stars. Definitely, Martina. Definitely should have been 5 stars. I was going to talk about this in hot topic, but I said, this will be a whole topic by itself. Because look how she looking up in the camera. So it's who is this? And I know this is you. You know what I'm saying? Because I know the indentation of your arm right there when you hold it down and you're clenching, when you hold my hand. Like she knows that this is her husband. Child, this is crazy. That's right. That's right. The lady said something last night on the Tamar thing. I'm gonna do the Tamar thing tomorrow. I'll give y'all the Tamar review tomorrow. Because baby Tamar because Calling the Act Unfaithful didn't come on last night, but Calling the Act Double Life did, and boy was it a double life. I'm probably gonna do that tonight before I go to bed. I don't know if the Airbnb lost its standard or not, but I mean, do they have to report that to the Airbnb committee? I don't know how that works. But I bet you when he got home, if he think about doing it again, he gonna leave a good review. I bet you that. Now let's get this on off of here, y'all, and let's get to the conversation of the evening. Char, let's listen to it, and then we're gonna talk about it. Hold on, let me go find it. Just give me a second. Give me one single solitary second. Because, honey, this has to be talked about. Oh. Because I get yourself together. Go and get yourself together. Because I can believe it. Here we go. Let's go. Let's get it. Let's get it. Thank you, La. Thank you so much. Let's share the screen.
It wasn't even planned. We was in Vegas. We just did it.
Wow.
I just, I don't know. I think I told somebody, I think somebody might put something in my drink that night, but I don't know. We went to the mall the next day, got a ring. I got to get a jacket. Just went to the service, got married.
What were your reasons behind getting married?
That's gonna be the $1 billion question, because it wasn't even planned. We was in Vegas. We just did it.
Wow.
I just, I don't know. I think I told somebody, I think somebody might put something in my drink that night, but
look at her face.
I don't know. We went to the mall the next day, got a ring. I got to get a jacket. Just went to the service, got married.
Yeah. The first part of the video where he said, that's the $1 billion question. Okay, give me some $1 billion answers. Okay. And I was, and I'm going to try to, that's the $1 billion question. Wait a minute. I got to hear what else he said. Because it was the way I just listened to it. The way I just listened to it, I was like, let me see. Hold on. Let me see how he said it. And then let's listen.
That's gonna be the $1 billion question, because it wasn't even planned. We was in Vegas. We just did it.
Okay. It wasn't even planned. We were in Vegas. We just did it. Now, his posture is not right for me. He's not sitting upright, and he doesn't have any love in his face for me. But I could get with him at that point. I love her so much. We're in Vegas, baby. Let's just go get married. Let's just do it right now, Angela. I love you, and I don't want to spend another day with you not being my wife. But this is where he dropped the ball.
Wow.
I just, I don't know. I think I told somebody, I think somebody might put something in my drink that night, but I don't know. We went to the mall the next day, got a ring. I got to get a jacket. Just went to the service, got married.
Just went to the service and got married.
Your reasons?
Just went to the service and got married. Somebody could have put something in my drink and made me get up and go get a ring and get a jacket, and we just go to the service and get married. I love Angela. Angela is the appropriate height for me. Angela is a beautiful woman. Angela is on a great platform. I'm very proud of her. Not I love you. Not what made you want to get married. That's the $1 billion question. The answer should have been because I love Angela. I love her. And I don't care if people want to sit here and tell me something. Oh, he got so much dry humor. It ain't, look, the Sahara Desert don't have as much dry humor as Charles does. Because first of all, let me say this. Nobody would be talking to Charles Oakley today if it wasn't for the fact that Angela was on the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Now, I'm not saying Charles is not a superstar in his right. He's had his day. Madison Square Garden situation. He's the enforcer. He's a basketball star. But ain't nobody checking for Charles Oakley before Angela came on the Housewives. The only reason these people sitting here talking to you is because of Angela. And you get on here and say, somebody put some in your drink, that's why you marry her? So you couldn't be in your right mind. You had to have something. You had to have something to encourage you to marry this woman. Was she pregnant? It doesn't matter. Do you love her? I just bought a ring and bought a jacket and we went to the services. It don't even sound like love. Like, let me tell you this. If I was to get married again, if my ideal dream wedding would be to get married in Vegas. Like, I am a fun kind of girl, right? I wouldn't mind doing the drive up and the drive-through wedding because they have that. You can drive up to the window and you can get your nuptials and be in holy matrimony in the next 10 minutes. I think that would be fun. And then we can go off. We can go to the casino. Or if you want to do something nice like Jennifer should have done, go to the Paris Hotel, get married in the Eiffel Tower. You can get married at New York on the freaking roller coaster. I just bought a ring and a jacket and just went to the services. There's no love. It was good, right? April, Ari, Virgo. What's going on, Virgo sister? Do you think that they will be successful in counseling? Oh, child, Shell, I don't know now. My brother ain't on here no more, honey, so we had to get him back to talk about that kind of stuff. Angela diminishes herself just to be with him. I agree with you, Mo. Mo says she feels like Angela diminishes herself. Angela makes a lot of excuses. She makes a lot of excuses for him. And he should be, in the way Charles should be enamored with Angela. Angela is beautiful. He should be so happy to have her by his side. Not, I think somebody put something in my drink, therefore I married her. Like she was trying to trick him into marrying her. Like that's not even, because what I heard is this not what you wanted to do. You just went on to the services. And see, and this is how okay, it was good for me. Let me tell you how my mind worked. It was good for me to hear him say this because now I understand where we are right now with him. Charles says he never gives Angela a compliment. He never, like when she say, "Tell me you love me," and he's like, "Huh? You heard what I said? You know what I'm saying? Give me a kiss. Why you want a kiss? What?" So now it makes sense to me. And it's not even y'all. All 162 of y'all. Y'all ain't got to be on my side for this at all. That's not what Charles wanted to do. I'm not going to say that she was pregnant, but she probably was just like, "Charles, what are we going to do? Are we getting married? What are we going to do?" And he was like, "Okay, let's just do it." Wait a minute. Who said something about a funeral, child? You know she about to, Trinette, you know she about to make an excuse. That's what I just said. She don't do nothing but make excuses for him. Charles, this is his love languages. That is not a love language. A man that loves you would never. There is not a man that I have had a relationship with that would ever say anything about that like me. Now, I know it's some stuff they could say. I got on their nerves. I pushed them to the limit. Now they gonna say that. Millie Chung gonna push you to the limit. You better be ready because she gonna pull everything out of you to be great. And if you can't be great, you're gonna be gone. Period. But nobody would ever say some crazy stuff like that about me. Nobody. And I'm sure a lot of you out there too. You know what I'm saying? Your husband, if your husband or your boyfriend was in an interview, there's no way that he would say that about you. Mother of 6. Alicia, your man or your boyfriend or your ex or whomever. Who else? Trinette, Mo, April, La, Tammy, Blessed, Crystal, Taddy. I doubt very seriously if a man would talk about you behind your back like that. I doubt that very seriously. You know, now if it's a divorce situation, now that's a different story. But when they at home in their own feelings and their own thoughts, exactly, dark and lovely. Why marry her? Why marry her if you feel like she done tried to make you marry her? Why get on the internet and say that? Why would you say that? Cause I can just imagine the phone call she got and the text she got. Girl, did you see? Now we haven't seen the whole interview, so maybe we need to see that. Maybe he said, "Oh, I'm just playing. Angela is the best." But I know she got some text messages and phone calls. Girl, did you hear what Charles said about you in this interview? He said that he felt like when people asked why did he marry you, somebody had put some in his drink. And immediately she's crushed. She already got caught lying with this Marcus situation. And now I feel like Angela know that Charles was in that restaurant with a girl. That's why Marcus said she tried to get her to come over there and say it was his daughter. Angela knows what's going on. She knows what's going on. And now we all know what's going on. Girl, because look, let me tell y'all something. I am going to tell you this. I might get in some trouble, but I'm about to tell you this. Honey. Pull up to the front. Okay. One of Charles's experiences messaged me and said one thing about Charles is he know what he's doing, but another thing about Charles, he's a man of his word and he don't bite his tongue for nothing. So if he said that, that's what he meant. I heard that today. They said Charles is a hard man in every aspect of his life. You hear me? When you hear what I'm saying, you picking up what I'm putting down. Y'all hear me? Because this is Zoom. In order for me to say what I need to say, we had to be on Zoom. But you got to be picking up what I'm putting down right now. You got to be picking it up. Oh, thank you, Sin. Thank you, Sin. Hey, Miss Lacey. Girl, they said, girl. Way too early. Way too early. And then when Marcus came back, he said she was threatening him to say he was in there sending goons. Isn't that the word he used? Goons? Okay, Pepper. Good. I'm glad. Yeah, Pepper got it. Because the word on the curb is whatever come out of his mouth, baby. That's what he means. He is a man about his word. He ain't scared to say nothing. And him, like, what makes him excited? You know what I'm saying? Because you got to understand, it's got to be a button you can push on a man like that to make him do what needs to be, to make him show something. Because, you know, he's very emotionless. He has no emotion. He meant it. I'm glad you caught it. You know what I'm saying? Child, but it's something. Because see, the way, like, if you just think about it, I ain't saying go back and look at it, but if you just think about, if you watch this season and you just think about him and her's interaction, right? When she was talking about Portia, you know, like that was a good conversation, but then it went into something else. When she was talking about the houses, she was like, oh my God, he's going to be so mad. I want to do this. And then he's telling me, I got my money and this, and this. And then, you know, like just different stuff. Just, yes, it's, people want to hold on to the fact that he didn't answer on the first call. I mean, who answers the phone on the first call? I don't. Not unless I got the phone in my hand and I just hit it. But when he called on the anniversary, when she called on the anniversary, sir, why is she going to voicemail? You already know she's out of the country. If you didn't answer on the first ring, you definitely should have answered on the second. And then when you answered, you wasn't even paying her any attention. He never said, I love you. He never said happy anniversary. He never said that he missed being without her. You know, but he, you know, later on he was like, well, you know, she's doing this job and I understood what it is that she's doing. So I know what is Raina? You know, he was like, I know that she has to do what she's doing. But it's the non-emotion for me. I can't even understand it. I can't understand it. He should be so happy that Angela is there. Oh, child, yeah, but his body language was good. Yeah, because, oh, Martina, did you see? Like, I went to the service. Sir, didn't nobody tell you to act a fool at Madison Square Garden and get kicked out? You can't make me pay for that all your life. That is crazy. Child, no, I be done shaved him like Mr. Lord have mercy. But I feel you on that. Frederick Douglass. Oh Lord. Let me look, y'all. That's all I got for that right there. Let me remove this. We've had a really good hot topics, right? It's been so good. Let me see what else is out there before we go, because I'm sure there's 20 things that have happened since we've been right here on this live. Hold on, let me see what happened. NBA YoungBoy and Mellow Rack spotted in Paris. We love to see it. Beyonce and Tina Knowles gifted free concert tickets to a woman from a viral video. That's good. Damson Idris is looking good, vibing to Summer Walker. He just looks good anyway. Oh, let's listen to Yandy.
Feelings and thoughts in those inner private moments, even within the family, within the household, within the marriage, and friends. But I think one of the things about life is you live it, you go through things, and you get through them. And I think the thing that I think has been my longevity on the show has been how authentic I've been with my life. I can't even hide. If I wanted to hide this stuff, I can't even hide it. We go through things as well. So also, when you guys are leaving comments, just know that we are real humans. We try not to take things personal when we don't know you personally, but it's human. We are human, right? And a lot of the things we go through, we're not anomalies, right? Y'all be going through the stuff too. It's just our stuff is broadcasted. So, give us some grace. Give us some grace, and your ring's not as big as hers. Anyway, listen, Yandy, you gotta go.
Okay, let's talk about this. Is Jock and Kendra get a divorce or just rumors? As far as I know, when Jock made that post about Kendra, about her believing friends and stuff like that, he deleted that post, Martina. He posted and deleted. I have it in my phone. Let's read it. I hope I didn't delete it. Let's read Jock's thing, because I could have deleted it, child. Okay, here we go. Jock said, when I close my eyes, this is what I see. I'm tired of feeling like I can't be human in a world full of humans. I hate how strangers can just send stuff to my wife and she instantly sides with them. Well, I'm done with all this play rhetoric. I've been one of the most consistent people you will ever meet, and I'm at a point where I'm just done. P.S. No, I don't want a celebration for walking away. And then he goes on to post, maybe I should just move to another country. Maybe I'm done as valued as I think I should be. At attorney Kendra Robinson, I tried to give you my all and you don't see the true king in me. I pray you find happiness elsewhere. Now that's what he posted, and he deleted it. So he added her so she could see that. Now, after I saw it, I would be probably ready to drop some papers, because what you talking about? Why are you talking about me like this? What interview drops Friday? What interview? Let me see what you said. Because clearly I missed something. Whose interview? What interview drops Friday, girl? I don't know about King's Court, girl. I might. King's Court. I'm here for Tyson Bedford, so I might be pulled into it. See, y'all. Oh, okay, TA. TA say Jock is not a king. Hold on. Jock is not a king. Jock and Kendra have been getting divorced every season since they got married. We don't care. Kendra knows who she married. Get away. But you know what? That's the thing right there. Kendra knows who she married. And I was thinking about this today. Jock, I think Jock is better than he was. It seems like he's a little bit more settled, but I think Jock got like another 7 years and he'll be good for somebody. Maybe 10. Maybe in 10 years, he'll be good for somebody. Because right now, it's a give and take. And then Kendra won't let him forget nothing. Like they can't get over something because she won't let him forget it. Ooh, Lamia. Ooh. Oh, the interview with Charles. Okay, Brown Sugar Babe, let me know where it drops Friday because I want to see the whole interview. Because I don't know where it does say it on the thing, doesn't it? Claudia and Funky reuniting. What do y'all think about that? I gotta go listen to Michelle's post about that. I'm gonna do that tonight, right? I don't know what to think about it. I think that there maybe there have been. I don't want to. I'm not gonna sit here and talk about fucking Aniva. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna sit here and talk about Claudia, but there may be something that maybe they've realized there's a greatness in there. And like he said, he was just being a brat and he quit over $250 and that's not enough, And I did notice that he was saying, let's be on the same page. Let's be on this, get the same pay. Let's do this, do that, and the third. So we'll see. Because she said she was in agreement. She was in agreement. I could do without Al. I could do Claudia and Funky. I ain't got to have Al because Al don't really know a lot. Claudia goes to everything. Oh, I know what we had to talk about. Oh, hold on, y'all. Wait a minute. I know I wasn't about to do this. Oh, wait a minute. Girl, y'all hold on because Jesus Christ. I know what I want to talk about. Yeah, Claudia probably realizes, oh, yeah, we got to talk about this too. Y'all, hold on. Just, y'all talk amongst yourselves. Clear your palate. I got 2 things I want to talk about. 2. Okay? 2 things. Come on, thing. Y'all just give me 3 minutes. Just give me 3 minutes. And if y'all see me, I'm just, let me see, NEW. Because I do want to talk about this. I want to talk about 2 things. Just, what you got? NEW2. And I want to say I got it in here already, but maybe I don't. I thought I did. Hold on. I can't believe I almost got out. Oh, child, we would have had to have another live if I had got on here and forgot that. I would have had to call y'all back. While y'all waiting, can you go ahead and follow milliechun.com? Go ahead and look for your books on Amazon, Millicent Baker, the Rose Edition. Make sure you have the podcast downloaded. You can do that while you're waiting. Make sure you listen to the podcast. I just finished with my part 2 with On the Rocks with Jada. It was so good. Oh, here we go. Make sure you got all that. All things Millie Chun. Make sure you got them. I think I had this. Jesus Christ. I got this in here and I almost forgot it. Oh, make sure you got all your stuff. Thank you, blessed lady. I appreciate you. Thank you for the support. I love doing that. I'm going to have a conversation Saturday, and it's going to be about relationships, and it's going to be with a man. So I'll be talking to a man. I think y'all know him. Y'all probably heard him before. So, yeah. But we got to talk about these couple of things right quick. Just give me 1 second. Don't go anywhere because we're going to go right after this. After we get to talking about these 2 things. Hold on. Okay. Ooh, I'm sorry. I knew it was something else. I was like, it's something else I need to talk about. New and new too. Okay, first thing, while I get the other one up, I want y'all to start taking this in. This is a new show that's coming on OWN, Heart and Hustle. It's about 6 women, pretty much like Nextville. These 6 women, they live in Houston, Texas, and they have a lot going on. A lot going on. Let's look at y'all want to look at the trailer real quick, and let's see what we think about it, okay? And because I really want to know what you think about it. So let me find it. Let me go to OWN real quick. No, nobody want to hear nothing else you got to say, Charles. We are done talking to you, sir. Because you around here, you make women look bad, and I don't like it. Here we go. Oh, wait a minute. I want the whole video. Where is the video? I'm going to have to go to the girl's page. Hold on. Oh, no. What's her name? I got to find her name. Hold on. So this is about... We gotta listen to it so we know what it's about. Hold on, y'all. Okay, let me go to Latoria. Let's go to Latoria's page. LAT. Here we go. She has it on her page, and so we just go look at it real quick. Hold on. Oh, we might not be able to look at it because it's from OWN Network. Okay, we can listen to it. Let's listen.
Women will bring out the best in you, and it just feels safe. It can be overwhelming trying to figure out how to juggle everything. I feel like I'm about to lose my hair. It's a lot to lose, baby. There's a lot to lose. We've grown to really love one another. We talk and we laugh. I dated a guy, his toenails look like sunflower seeds. What? I said, is it rich? I'm dating again, and you know I date younger. What's young?
It's not a Carlos production.
At the end of the day, we're just trying to navigate life. Marriage is hard. It's hard. I'm such a baby right now. Death takes a toll on people's lives. Half of you
Girl, that was crazy.
Start going through grief. It never goes away. It's easier to just be strong for everybody else. Take a step back and just feel it. Suppressing is all I know how to do. At the same time, there's always a lot of drama. There's always a lot of mess. You talked about my husband. To say that my husband's not fine.
Okay. So 6 women going through different things. It is not, Carlos King is not involved. He is not involved at all. So you're safe there. As far as I know, he's not. But this is what Jess said. Let me find it so I can see it. Hold on. This is what Jess said. Okay. She said, OWN previews new reality series, Heart and Hustle Houston. This series follows a group of women who are redefining what it means to be a boss. OWN is giving a spotlight to Black women entrepreneurs. The network's new reality series, Heart and Hustle Houston, will follow an incredible group of Black women who are redefining what it means to be a boss, a wife, a mother, while navigating entrepreneurial life, per a press release from the network. So that's what it is. It's produced by Emmy Award-winning Jesse Collins. So it's safe. First, foray into unscripted ensemble arena. The series is slated to premiere this summer, not Carlos. So that helps everybody, because people have been asking that. When I made a post about it, people like, if it's Carlos, yep, run the numbers up. But speaking of Carlos, this how we're gonna end it right here. I told y'all. I told you. I know what I'm talking about sometimes. When Carlos did that interview with Nene, he got numbers. When he did that interview with Kenya, numbers. Lisa Nicole, that was probably the best interview. That was, I will say that was my most favorite. I watched Juicy today and I really enjoyed that. But Lisa Ray had to be my favorite interview, right? Yes, Blood, Sweat, and Heels. Yes. And I said, he is getting these scissor reels ready. I told y'all he getting these scissor reels ready. He ain't doing this for nothing. He ain't just doing this to be doing it. Now he has joined Charlemagne's Black Effect Network and levels up to 4 episodes a week. Child, what do you got? What's a blue alert? Suspects depending on someone from involved in the series under the law enforcement officer. Lord, somebody's on the loose. I gotta make sure these doors locked. So he's doing it. I predict that even though he was talking to Ashley, saying that they have gathered the people for DC, there's going to be no more DC. Oh, a flood? I don't know what it is. It's gone. There shouldn't be another Detroit, no matter what. And Detroit took so long to come back. You see how long it took Huntsville to come back. We never thought that we would see a Huntsville like they did DC. I watched DC. I enjoyed DC better than I did Detroit. But I never thought I would see Huntsville be gone as long as DC. And I feel like this is wrapping it up because he has leveled up to 4 episodes a week. The fact that he was on the Breakfast Club was wild behavior because I'm like, what is Carlos doing on the Breakfast Club? I told y'all he is getting his retirement and the rest of his life together because he sees the writing on the wall. And I don't care what nobody says. When Mel left Love and Marriage Huntsville, Carlos knew that was the end because Tisha can't hold it, Kimmy can't hold it, Destiny can't hold it, Trish can't hold it, Nell can't hold it, and none of the men. That's it. There's nobody on there that is polarizing. Nobody is on there very interesting. People like Tisha, she's a mom. You know, I'm with her by being a mom. You know, be a good mom and have your time off. But no, absolutely not. He's going to do his own, honey. He is looking out for him. And look, Ebony, let me tell you something, Miss Birdsong. I thank you for saying that. She said, I hate that because of Carlos, the OWN network got a bad rap because OWN got some good shows. And for me to put this picture up, and the first thing that people say is Carlos connected to it? Not who are these 6 beautiful women, flawed but fearless, but is Carlos King? Before I even ask about what this is, I need to know if Carlos King is connected to it. If he's connected to it, it's a wrap for me. But now that we know he's not, people may be a little bit more interested. It's a bad taste for the whole OWN network. Like, let me say this. When I saw the preview and Martell standing there talking to Destiny about buying a ring, that is what I'm talking about. That's not reality. That's lying. Like, don't just lie to me. Martell, we know that you're not about to marry nobody. It definitely ain't gonna be Big Ari. Oof. Marceau can try, but it ain't gonna work. It's not gonna work. Now, I know y'all not watching Love, Marriage, Huntsville. And Quiet as Kept, Carlos King probably not going to watch it either. What? Now, I don't know about that, Bliss. I don't know nothing about that. But Carlos is doing exactly what I told y'all he was going to do. Carlos is working on his way out because he's seen the writing on the wall that crazy story with Ken, Trish, and Marquez, that is the craziest story in creation. That should never be on television. It should never be a show that depicts a married woman living with her boyfriend while her husband will not give her a divorce. That is crazy. That should be on Saturn. That should be something we can't even see unless we go to Saturn, because that is crazy. It can't be like that. What scared the daylights out of you? Girl, I be so serious. No, he ain't watching it. Carlos is not watching. Carlos is getting ready for these next 4 episodes. You gotta understand, Charlamagne has put Carlos on the Breakfast Club. Charlamagne don't even really know that much about Carlos. He know he got 7 million viewers. He knows that he can bring that to the black effect. Now, let me tell you what's gonna happen. Carlos can't have an interview without talking about the Real Housewives of anything. Now that he's with Charlamagne, Carlos's whole reach is different. Instead of just reaching out to Juicy, the Real Housewives of New Jersey, Atlanta, talking to this person, his reach is going to go above that. Now he's going to be talking, I don't know, to Denzel, because he's going to be in a situation where he may be on red carpets for premieres. Something. I've been to the White House. Carlos ain't never been to the White House. You understand what I'm saying? You understand what I'm saying? His reach is about to be different. He is about to be catapulted into a new arena. And you think he about to sit here on Love and Marriage Huntsville? There's no way. Carlos, I done clocked your T-boo. That's it. I mean, I'm happy for you. It's always up for me. Everybody needs to elevate. I ain't mad at nobody elevating. Nothing. I'm happy for him, because everything don't last always. You got to move on. This is a crazy day now. Carlos is about to be catapulted into a new arena. And if you think this little ridiculous show, Love and Marriage Huntsville, with these non-factors is going to be something he about to sit back and hold on to, you got another thing coming. And Carlos, you can come on here and tell me I'm wrong, but you're going to have to come on here on Millichan TV and tell me, because I know I'm right about this. You got to understand that Charlamagne got his hands in everything. You know what I'm saying? He got his hands in everything. Look at Lala. Look, New York. Carlos is going to be reaching, because I think what he said was he getting a broader reach, more interviews, more tea. Just imagine the people he's going to be talking to. He may do something with Method Man. You know, he may be talking to 50 Cent about, these are people he hasn't talked to. He going to be talking to billionaires. Watch what I say, child. Good luck, Carlos. I'm happy for you, because it ain't nothing like leveling up, and that's exactly what he's done. And thank God you've let Love and Marriage Huntsville go. Thank you. Yes. And don't get me wrong, Charlamagne ran the train too, because Charlamagne got this black effect. So Charlamagne is looking for anything that has motion. Carlos got the motion. Carlos's interview with Nene, Kenya, and Lisa Ray are his top interviews. Tip-top interviews. The best ones ever. I don't have a problem going back and listening to Nene's, Kenya's, or Lisa Ray. I listen to Lisa Ray's all the time. She gave some very good tidbits. I loved her interview. But I'm just saying, you hook up with Charlamagne. Charlamagne hooked up with iHeart. iHeart is hooked up with everybody. Carlos gonna be on the red carpet. Carlos not gonna be talking about nobody on the red carpet. Carlos is gonna be on the red carpet. When the last time you heard Carlos going to an award show? He's never done that. Nobody's ever invited him anywhere. I had people on his shows asking me how to get to the White House. Why you asking me? I was invited. You got a whole producer here who got way more pull than I do. And the only reason I saw DC there was because somebody called. I think OWN had called and put them on the list. Carlos could have called, had OWN to put Love and Marriage Huntsville on the list. He could have had whoever, Bell Collective on the list. DC had to do their own stuff to get invited. Now he is over here with Black Effect associated with iHeart. Do you honestly think he gonna let something like Love and Marriage Huntsville darken his doorstep? Absolutely not. He has some great interviews. The interview with Juicy, fantastic. I had, because I usually am able to listen when I'm out. So I had to leave the house today because I had to go do some stuff. So I was gone an hour. I listened to that for a whole hour. That was one of the best interviews. I mean, first of all, we ain't seen Juicy in a hot second. Then come to find out all the things, like how she had a stroke, how she don't remember anything but opening the garage door, how Ricky Smiley did not give her a contract and she worked for him for 14 years. How she was portrayed on Little Women, how she and the girl stayed into it, how many tattoos she got on her body. Like, I had no idea like this stuff about Juicy. That was a great interview. So as crazy as Carlos is, and as much as he's gotten on our nerves, because I interviewed Carlos. So once upon a time, until I got to see how it is, you know what I'm saying? He did change a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So I wish him nothing but the best. But I need y'all to understand this. In my mind, this is the last season of Love and Marriage Huntsville. I'm sorry. I think this is it. And if Bell Collective can get off the shelf, we might get that too. And that's definitely gonna be it. Ooh, because I got some tea about Bell Collective, but I got to check with some people to see if I can tell y'all. I can't tell you right now, but I'm gonna check and I'm gonna tell you. Child. But I'm ready for Bell Collective to come out. I'm ready. Ricky is wrong for that. Ricky is wrong for that. How you have somebody work for you for 14 years and you don't get her no contract? Because he said she was answering the phones. She said she was answering the phones. And then she was doing the phone calls. And then, all that kind of stuff. Insane. Ricky. Don't let's leave Ricky alone. I get the feeling she never had an agent either, Mo. I feel you on that. Cause it was like she had she got started by somebody she saw. She was doing plays. They introduced her to Shirley Murdoch. Then she took Kim Wheatley's place in the play. Kim Wheatley came and said that you need to get you a burner phone and you need to put yourself out there because you are a star. And that's what she did. Woo! What, girl? Honey. Y'all, I'm going to get off of here. But I feel like... Oh, you got... Girl, when I get the whisper, honey, it's coming out. Yeah, she was playing in Beauty Shop. It was so good. It was so good. But y'all, I hope you all had a good night. This was a great Hot Topics Wednesday. I feel like we really have good hot topics, but this one right here was really good because it does what I always want to do. What I want to do on my platform is I just want to make sure you all have all the information you need to have. Especially my brother lives in DC. He can feel the motion in DC and he is who he is. Then I'm the plug for y'all because I will always I will always try to make sure you are informed and make sure you always understand everything. I will always do that for you. So this was a very good live. The topics were good. We had some good stuff we talked about today. It was amazing. I think I'm gonna go in here. I really think I'm gonna go lay down. And then this is gonna be, I'm clocking out for the rest of the day. I think this is my clock out. We are doing another Zoom. And this is July. Let me look at the calendar, because I said I was gonna do one in July and do one in August. I might have to just do one in August. It'll be probably a Friday night. Y'all like a Friday night, right? Y'all like a Friday night? Because I can see the 25th or the 1st. July 25th or August the 1st. Let me know. July 25th or August the 1st. Put it in the chat. Put it in the chat, and then I'll let y'all know. I'm and you know how I'm going to do. I'm only going to mention it once. So if you don't get it, because I'll be in your inbox and I'll send you the invitation. That's how you'll know. So I'm going to say now, I'm tentative, July 25th or August the 1st, tentatively. Plus, we got to have one before I leave, because my birthday is in August, and we got to have a birthday party. August 28th. July 25th. I got a lot of 25th. Okay. We're going to do something for my birthday. I don't know what, but we're going to definitely do something for my birthday. So y'all jot it, August 28th. August 28th. Yes, ma'am. So I need to write it down. Brown Sugar Babe, remind me, because I'll forget. I'll forget. But look, y'all, I'm going to get ready to go. And I think I'm going to bed. I'm going to do Tamar's Double Life tomorrow, because the show was so good. It deserves to be done right. And I'm tired, so I'm going to do that right. It was a good episode. So y'all have a good night. I love y'all deep. And thank y'all for being here. It's your girl, Millie Chine.